And you're listening to Two Guys, Two Things. And I think we're having an identity crisis right now.
Sure.
Because I was just telling Chris, right now, I just don't feel very funny. Well, and I'm thinking we should make a sharp turn here, and we should just become like a stocks and bonds podcast.
Right. Like go the route of NPR or something.
Okay.
I'm just
sure,
saying,
like Marketplace or something.
I'm saying that's a different tone. That's all I'm saying.
It's a different tone.
Yeah.
We could maybe get into like romantic literature. Maybe like some steamy novellas.
We can just review romantic comedies.
Okay.
You know,
I don't think that's on
but in general,
podcast yet, right? There's probably no podcast like that.
Right. I don't think so.
There's probably no two guys podcast either, right? I think we're the only ones.
No, when we Googled it, there's no podcast that has the name Two Guys in it.
Okay.
0.
Good.
But in general, are you...
You know what? Actually...
No,
wait. I've actually heard that we invented the podcast. There actually is no other podcast besides we started it.
Well, true. I didn't want to say.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, we are the first humans ever.
One more. Can you go one more?
You're a very attractive god.
Okay, cool.
No, what were you going to say?
In general, do you like romantic comedies?
Yes and no.
Sure. That's about the right answer.
It's kind of like how I feel about a musical.
Like most of them are shit, but every once in
a while...
No.
Meaning like, I don't really want to see one, but then when I do, I usually enjoy it. But I don't like Hallmark ones. But there's that new one coming out with Jenny Slate.
I'll watch anything with Jenny Slate.
Yeah, it looks really funny.
Let's see, there's the see. Then you get into the nuances of definition of genres, right?
Well, this one looks like a When Harry Met Sally. Like when you have a smart comedy one, but that's not what we do. We're wasting time.
This is not the Jenny Slate podcast.
This is not the Jenny. It could be. You're invited anytime you want.
I could talk a half hour about Jenny Slate.
Sure. Okay. So again, no theme song.
Right.
All right.
It's all green again, but that's okay.
But we do have one of our listeners who wanted to listen and thought it'd be nice to share some audio. I'm
excited.
Christopher Walken.
I don't know how we get these people, man. I don't know who's in your Rolodex or...
Not many. Look, they just contact me.
They contact you.
I just want to play the audio.
Okay, I love it.
So, hello, you're listening to Guys and Two Things. It's a podcast. Chris and Matt, they asked me to talk about it, and I don't even know what a podcast is. But it's crazy, you know. I don't understand it. They want me to say it's a good radio show. I don't know. It's crazy. Two guys, two things. Listen, googly eyes.
Oh my god!
I think he's done. Okay, wow, that's not Chris.
Well, he left, so
Christopher Walken. That was. He didn't really sell it too high.
But he said her name.
He said her name.
That's impressive.
He knows who we are.
So now we can officially say, sponsored by Christopher Walken.
Cool. That's gonna go on the top of our.
Yes, 100%. It's gonna go in our bios. It's gonna go in the podcast episode description.
It's gonna put us at number 1 on Good Pods for most listened to Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loved by many, but especially Christopher Walken.
Yes, and Jeff Goldblum. Okay, so in order to find out who's going to go first to tell our 15 minutes of our story from the week, we are going to finish our game of Uno that I think we started.
A while back.
We've been doing this for a couple of months. I think. All right, so
it just keeps going on.
I got 2 cards left, so.
I got Uno, so.
Okay, actually, boom. There we go.
Yeah.
What? I'm playing a 1, red 1.
It's over, bitch.
Oh no!
Blue 1, you failed.
It actually is blue 1. Look at that. Isn't that funny? It was actually card blue 1. So you won the game of Uno that we started, I think, back in 1987.
Thank God. I couldn't. If we had to go another night of not finishing this game, I would have killed you on the podcast.
Actually, we started this game in 1982 when we were Uno years old. Boom. All right, go ahead. You get to go first. What do you got for us?
2 weeks in a row, bitches. First subject, Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. Okay.
Yeah. So do we all know?
No, I think we should fill in people who don't. Because, we're not a sports podcast, though every episode...
We say we're not a sports podcast.
And we talk about sports.
Yeah. Okay, so he's a wide receiver.
Okay, thank you.
He plays football. He's a wide receiver. Did?
Is he? Okay. He's a former...
Yes, former... Maybe we'll play next year for a different team. But plays for the Bucks in the NFL. And one time... known as the best wide receiver in the game. There was a stretch of years where he was just the best wide receiver, where people thought legitimately he was going to be, that started.
Okay.
The best of all time. Like that's.
Oh no, for sure. Back on Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
And not a big guy.
No. Like less than 6 feet. I think
he's like 5'1".
Yeah. Well.
Isn't he?
That'd be the best. I would love to see that.
He was known as Pistol Antonio Brown.
Yeah. But very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So he's in the news, ran into some trouble. Essentially, this year, this football season, he was on the sidelines in a game, had some words with his coach, and left. But not only left, he left in the middle of the game. Not only left in the middle of the game, he left in the middle of a play where his team, the Bucks, were playing football. He takes off his pads, takes off his shirt, has just his pants on and shirtless, runs onto the field as the play is going on, essentially gives deuces to the crowd, says, "I love you, fuck you," whatever the fuck he says. And leaves in the middle. Just not again.
Chucks the jersey.
Yeah, he chucks it to
into the crowd. Into the crowd.
Game's going on.
Shirts off.
Tom Brady's trying to throw a football, and in the background he sees a shirtless man running around.
Yeah.
And left down the tunnel into the locker room, never to be heard of again.
Right, and then afterwards, Bruce Arians, the coach, said that he's done playing for the Bucks. Right. Okay. So not only left in the middle of the game.
In the middle of the game.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I coach youth sports, but that's not something I encourage.
Not number one on your list.
I don't like giving up
right.
in the middle of the thing. It's just not a good way to desert your teammates.
It's a weird. Real quick, I agree with you. In an interview recently, basically he said Bruce Arians told him to get the fuck out.
Okay, so he said that was in the playbook for Bruce Arians. So on this play, Antonio, I want you to take your shirt off
and get the fuck out
during the play, and throw in the crowd, show off your incredible washboard abs. Which man, he does have.
He looks great. He looks
really good.
He looks great.
He does. No argument there for me. But it just and then it became a meme. It became this giant thing, and which is kind of funny actually. So when the Bucks lost in the playoffs,
right? Who
puts up the meme
of himself?
Antonio Brown made a meme of himself walking on that game saying you suck, or I can't remember what it was.
But so right. So
just a top teammate.
That's who he was,
right?
But that's not even the subject. Not even the topic.
I want to go back a little further to the beginning of this year because he got in some controversy at the beginning of the year too.
Yeah.
So quite a few NFL players did.
Yeah, NFL has a COVID protocol. You need to prove that you don't have COVID, go through the tests to play football. But yeah.
Right, and so Antonio Brown circumvented the policy by having a fake vaccination
card.
Said
he got vaccinated, so he's able to play. Hasn't got vaccinated, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, he had a fake card, so I don't know why you would unless you didn't.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
I think him and Aaron Rodgers had it.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers didn't give a shit. I'm not even going to show you a fake card. I'm Aaron Rodgers. You're not going to stop me from playing football.
Oh, so there's a double standard on that. But
oh yeah.
But so he already kind of.
Yeah, so he's a troublemaker, right? So, but that's not even the topic, right?
Okay. I would like to read more trouble. If that's okay.
Please. Because
back with the Steelers, in his last year, the Steelers. I guess he was nursing an injury. They said, but it turns out the story was I don't know before the game or in practice that Antonio Brown threw the ball at his quarterback Ben Roethlisberger.
Like during just hey fuck you.
Yeah, just out of just chuck the ball at his head.
Right.
And so then Juju Smith-Schuster became the top guy, and then they let him go. Yeah. And then the Raiders.
Well, he got traded to the Raiders
for a huge contract, 3-year, $50 million contract.
Yeah, because
and didn't play a single game.
I know, but I'm with you because remember at this time he is known as the best wide receiver in the game.
Oh, for sure.
Right, and so the Raiders are like that was a one-time thing in Pittsburgh. They were having issues. Come to this team, we did it. Let's go.
Okay, but his big thing for not wanting to play with the Raiders was they brought in new helmets.
Yeah, because so listen, the thing with that is he had problems with concussion protocols. He wants safety for the players.
Raiders. He has problems with concussion, but not COVID protocols.
Right. Okay. So, well, actually, the funny thing is, it's like Raiders brought in new helmets to help with concussions, and he liked his old helmet.
Okay.
He said he feels comfortable with it. This is what I want to wear, and he wouldn't wear the new helmets.
That's what Darth Vader said too. Yeah. They tried to bring new ones.
I know, it was like spray painted with glitter. It was weird. Like no breathing apparatus. Yeah. So
made it hard. Okay, so but then he ends up not playing a single game for the Raiders.
It just didn't work out. They're like,
of course, also
cut him.
His coach at the time was John Gruden.
Well, that's a whole other story.
So I totally didn't kind of think, well, he had something going there. Maybe Antonio Brown was kind of right on that one.
Yeah.
But and then he was signed with the Patriots, and then some sort of sexual allegations, abuse.
The next year went to the Patriots, barely played. Yeah. Took a while. He got a few games in, but finally played. All
I'm trying to say is the man has a history.
So he does. He does have a history.
Okay.
Man. He's a wild card, man. You know what I mean? Like he's something. So the actual story, he's one of the little history, which is actually pretty funny, is not playing football right now, but he has a new job. So apparently, I missed this in late January. He is the president of Donda Sports, which is the Kanye West brand, right? Kanye West.
That's a thing?
He's sports apparel, Kanye West. Apparently, Antonio Brown is the president of Donda Sports. So this got announced in...
So not only is he a member, he's also the president.
Also the president, yeah. I guarantee it. What's that one?
That's George Zimmer.
Yeah,
Men's Warehouse. I loved him as a kid. I thought he was like
I thought he was the coolest
special dude.
Oh my god! I was like, oh okay, I get it.
This guy's sharp.
I remember I was young. I was when the commercials first came on. I was like, I don't know, 10, whatever the fuck. And I remember the first time I walked into a Men's Warehouse, I was like, oh, I've made it. I'm about to get something from Men's Warehouse. So that got announced in January. It's a real acclaim, right? There's like, okay, maybe a figurehead. It's like, oh, Antonio Brown's joining Kanye. Cool. They've been hanging out a lot lately, showing on Instagram, all this stuff. But today, he posted on Instagram an invoice for a suite at the Super Bowl, essentially bought as the Donda Athletics president, not as Antonio Brown, but as the president of Donda Athletics. Right. For $2 goddamn million. So it's a owner's suite at the Rams Stadium, SoFi, right? SoFi at the Rams Stadium. For $2 million, along with 6 lower level VIP tickets for almost $200,000. So $2.2 million. Fucking build to Kanye. Antonio Brown doesn't have to pay for this. Build to Kanye. He posted the invoice.
You just talked about a commercial for that.
Yeah, I know, right? Posted the invoice on Instagram. Says, we the owners now. This is basically, we're for the people. The owners suite. We're basically changing things. That's what the way it basically is saying. So one, like I said, not that impressive because Kanye paid for this essentially. Well, I mean, he fucking billed that shit to Donda. It's a write-off.
Okay.
It's a write-off.
This is the tax specialist talking.
Yeah. It's a write-off. he didn't have to pay for shit. But he got an owner suite at the SoFi Stadium. It's like, what? I don't understand what's happening. He called it the Donda Suite.
Well, I'm sure it'll probably be renamed that now if they're going to put that much
money
down there.
If you've paid $2 million...
I wonder, look, Kanye likes to live in stadiums.
He's done it.
He's done it before, so I could see him maybe...
This is a fact. It's a proven fact.
Maybe it's going to be his new room.
So maybe...
the Donda Suite is his new room.
Maybe the $2 million isn't for the Super Bowl.
It's a down payment.
Yeah, it's a naming right to the suite, Donda Suite.
Yeah.
And then Kanye can sleep there when he wants to make an album.
Right.
So...
Not a bad idea.
So, I mean... I think Antonio Brown's going to play football again.
Okay.
Because I think Josh Gordon's been signed to teams.
Josh Gordon, come on. Let's just get Jim Brown back. Why don't we just put him back?
Why not?
No, but if I were Kanye, I mean, it makes sense to me. If I'm thinking of any athlete,
right?
Antonio Brown, that kind of
makes sense.
Have kind of the same.
If you're like, hey, who's going to be the president of my athletics?
Right, like, because you never know what Kanye's going to do.
Like, if you're putting money on it, you'd be like, I bet it's Antonio Brown.
And you never know what Antonio Brown's going to do. So I think there's... they're both freaking awesome in their craft.
Yeah. They're both super talented.
And they run by their own drums.
I know. It's true. I would have liked to see Cam Newton for the fashion sense.
Sure.
And he has his own little fun personality, too. I like Cam Newton.
Sure.
Yeah,
No, Cam's fine. I feel like I know more what Cam might do than Antonio Brown.
Sure. And maybe that's what Kanye likes, right? Like, he's like, we're gonna fucking be like, this is. It feels like you in this podcast. You're like, no, don't think about anything. Let's just fucking go for it. I can see like Kanye saying the same thing to Antonio Brown. It's like, no, fuck it.
So I should actually partner up with Kanye.
Yeah. Just like, we're gonna just shoot for the stars. We're not gonna know what's gonna happen.
Oh my god, could you imagine though if like Kanye was on our podcast?
No, Jesus, I would love it.
Where would that go?
For one.
Where would that go?
A lot of places. And by the way, I'd fucking roll with it. I would love every moment of it.
Oh, that you would roll with?
Yes. Your ideas, no.
All right.
Kanye's ideas, I'm all for it. No, he would 100% be like you.
I'm telling you, I beat you at Uno video is gonna go huge on YouTube.
Yeah.
You just watch. Okay.
No, I would love it if anybody would love if Kanye was on their podcast. But I would have so many questions for him. Number one, how's it going? Doing all right?
That's the first question.
Yeah.
No one's ever asked him this one. Cutting edge questions.
I'm not gonna be like a fanboy and talk about how much I love his albums and his songs. I'm just gonna be like, "What's up, man? Doing okay?" That's my first question.
Kanye, what's your favorite snack at midnight?
Yeah. I would love it. Mm-hmm. And you would have probably an amazing answer.
Yeah.
But no, Antonio Brown makes sense.
Is it Bungles? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is a bungle. Yeah, it's Bugles.
Bugles. Yeah. Bungles. Is that a board game?
Jesus Christ. No, it's nothing, actually. It's nothing.
No, you bungle an answer.
Bungles. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon. With the Bungles. Hey, where are the Bungles?
Meet the Bungles.
Yeah. That's what it is. So I think Antonio Brown makes sense.
Okay.
Because he's on that same level, I think, as Kanye mind-wise. Just like, here, hey, we're going to shoot for whatever. But the thing is, what does the president of Donda Athletics do? Go.
I'm just wondering, I'm just trying to get... What is the future? What do they want to get into more than just apparel?
I know. It feels like it.
You know, we want you to wear us, but we're gonna be wearing you. I don't know. Like,
there's gonna be some meta thing, right? Some super meta. Yeah.
We were Donda all along.
Yeah. It's not just clothes. It's blank.
Yes.
Maybe that's the tagline. There is no right answer. Literally, it's blank.
Donda's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Could they get into like other avenues, like snack food, make their own bungles?
Well, they invented. Yeah, you just invented bungles.
I did. Kanye, you can take that one.
Yeah, Donda bungles.
Donda. I still like that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I can always see the packaging already.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned this on a previous podcast or to you, whatever. But Kanye's definitely in what they call the Tyson zone, right?
Yeah.
Right. So there was a time in the 80s, 90s with Mike Tyson that if someone told you something, hey, Mike Tyson did blank, whatever you said Mike Tyson did, you'd believe it. You'd be like, oh fuck, really? And Kanye's at that level. Like if I came onto this podcast tonight and said, yeah, the next topic is Kanye West, he blank, and I came up with some just rando fanatic story, you would 100% believe it.
Yeah, he has learned the language of rodents.
Yeah, but you would believe me. He's studying how to speak to rodents. The rodent
alphabet,
right? And so Kanye's in that Tyson zone where it's like whatever I told you he wanted to do with the Donda Athletic brand, you'd be like, holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you think then if he spent this much money
on
a suite, is there going to be like something special? Is there a commercial? Is there a halftime thing?
Halftime. It's a bunch of rappers this year at halftime. Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar. Why not Kanye jump out of the Donda suite, fucking from a zip line?
Ooh,
all of a sudden you hear a Kanye song start, and then boom from the Donda suite, zip line onto the stage, and it's like, wake up, Mr. West, and then it starts. Oh, come on, that would be the best time best halftime show ever, right?
Yeah. Okay, so time's up here, but I do want to acknowledge the fact that you're wearing something very special tonight.
Very special. This is the Yeezy Gap sweatshirt I wore in honor of tonight's subjects.
Like you knew this was going to be the subject,
I knew
so
it.
you wanted to
I was
wear
like, on purpose. I didn't wear my Yeezy shoes, which I should have.
Well, no, but you can't get those dirty at all, right?
No. You can't wear them. So I didn't wear my Yeezy shoes, but I wore the Yeezy Gap purple sweatshirt.
The temperature needs to be a certain
right.
You
can only like wear them in your room, look at them in the mirror, take a picture, put them back into the box.
And say, hey, I have them. I wore them.
Just to prove it, post on Instagram to prove you have some Yeezys.
Right.
Then you're good.
Right. Can you actually put a picture of you wearing them on our Facebook page?
Yes, I will do it. Yeah.
Or Instagram. Actually, that's because photos. So take a picture of you wearing them in the mirror and put it on the Instagram page.
Got it. And I'll connect it with this.
And say that it's actually me. So imagine if you need to like put your head down low in the picture.
Hi.
So it's like your head is touching your like knees almost.
Right.
Like it's me.
I could do that.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm wearing the Yeezy Gap sweatshirt in honor of the topic.
Sounds good.
My favorite sweatshirt. I love it. You did good, Kanye.
and Antonio Brown. All right. Thank you. Moving on. All right. So we're moving on. My story, I'm going to put the 15 minutes on the clock right now. I want to get us some culture. I'm going to talk about some art.
Kanye's art?
Well, I mean, sure. I'm not saying there's not. But there's a story that I came across. This was in Russia.
Okay.
So this was at the Yeltsin Center in Yekaterinburg, Russia.
All right.
I'm sure I said that completely correct.
Yeah, not offensive at all.
Yeah, sure.
Got it.
It's okay because, they're white.
Because you're Russian.
Because I'm Russian. Yeah. I'm Polish. Close enough, right? So it's artwork from an artist, Anna Leporskaya's artwork called The Three Figures. And so she painted this back in like 1932, 1934. So I'm going to show you a picture. That's the original painting. And it's just these. Kind of cool. It's like three figures, if you will. You're not going to be able to see that.
Simple, but it's nice. I like it.
But there's no faces to it. Just the structure of a face. So there's been some vandalism. Okay. So what happened was it was at display here at the Yeltsin Center, and there was someone thought, well, okay, it was a security guard who first day on the job.
Did he get this job to do this specifically?
He not to deface the art. His job was to be a security guard for the museum.
I know, but in his mind, he's like, I'm getting this job because I know this.
Because I can make this artwork better.
Yeah. Do you think that's what he
could have been?
It's his first day on the job, and he's like, "Fuck this." Okay, go ahead. This is
apparently he's 60 years old too. So it's not like he's like
oh my god, he's 60. This is even better.
So
he's 60. What does it matter with this man?
He took a ballpoint pen, so it's easy enough to clean it up. But he took a ballpoint pen and he added eyes. He added eyes to this picture.
Oh my god! This is like if for you can't see it on the video. It's as if a 3-year-old was like, that's not how faces work. And he just drew little circles. That's hilarious.
Okay, so thinking maybe he doesn't know what he was supposed to do. Maybe he's never been to a museum before.
Okay, is it possible he somehow thinks this is part of his job?
He keep coming back. He was hired by Kanye.
Yeah, right. Make all the art better.
I can do it. I can do that.
And that in itself is Kanye's piece of art, right? It's the show art, it's
like performance art.
Yeah, It's like I'm gonna hire the security guard to make this art, but that's my art.
That's pretty damn funny.
Yeah,
if that's true. So
that would be amazing.
This is a painting that goes for almost like $1 million.
Oh my god!
So it's not just
it's not something you just draw with a Bic on.
Right, and I think they said it's going to cost like. I don't know what this comes to in American money. It was like $250,000 to repair it or something. But it comes with a fine. So for one, he has to pay £395.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that means. Okay. But also a 1-year correctional labor sentence.
Oh, and that's fair. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can't deface something and then
it's not good
and get away with it. But yeah, so the security company is the one that's actually paying to get it fixed,
right? Which I would imagine, right? Because obviously he's not gonna, he can't pay out of his pocket
right.
for something like that. And then the security company hired him, blah blah blah.
Right. But however, the security guard, he will be at the Super Bowl in the Donda Suite. Amazing. Doing.
He's like, and it would like in our what we said is true. It's just Kanye's art partner.
Yeah.
That's so funny to me because I can't. I'm when you're telling me this, I'm trying to figure out in my head like, okay, so is he an asshole? Like he knew what he's doing, like oh, watch what I'm doing, or it's just like he legitimately just can't help himself. He's like I have to draw these eyes on here, like he just doesn't have.
It's not right. The faces need eyes.
Yeah, he doesn't have the willpower or or the mental capacity to be like no. I can't draw on this painting with the pen. It's like if a Mona Lisa, like she didn't have big enough eyebrows, and you decided to.
Right. Funny you mentioned that because we're going to talk about the Mona Lisa in a minute. But this was on loan from a museum in Moscow.
Got it.
And yeah, he just said he was bored on his first day, and he has since been fired.
Oh, really? Oh,
he lost his job.
Never would have guessed that. He was bored. That's what he said.
Oh, yeah, bored. He could have just taken his shirt off and thrown it.
Put in your goddamn AirPods, buddy. Listen to a podcast. Jesus Christ.
He got a phone call from Bruce Arians, and he said, "Get the fuck out of here."
I was bored.
And then he said to put eyes on the thing.
I was bored. That's 60 or 6, did you say?
How old? A 6-year-old security guard.
Which would be so funny.
It's crazy. So, but that got me thinking about other artwork that has been vandalized over the years. Okay, because
it's a lot.
This is and so this is interesting for me. I found out the word vandalism actually was coined in 1794 by Henri Gregoire. I'm sure I'm saying that correctly.
Some French guy.
It's a French guy. Thank you. I had something in my throat.
But
it describes destruction of artwork, and it was coined during the French Revolution.
Oh, interesting. So it's like specifically for art.
It was actually cool. Vandalism. Okay. Cool. I think as many of these paintings were destroyed by what the French call madmen. John Hamm. Yes. But anyway, so and the biggest culprit of all time is this guy named Hans Bollmann. Hans Joachim Bollmann. So, in this case, the most notorious guy from 1977 to 2006, he destroyed over 50 masterpieces.
Just to be a dick.
Well,
if you're doing that, you're just an asshole.
Well, I mean,
just to say you did it, right?
Is he? But yeah, he's more than 138 million euros in damage. Again, which I have to convert. I think it's like $5.
No, I think it's the other way around.
Oh, is it? Okay,
it's way better than.
So, but that got me thinking about other artwork that's been vandalized or whatnot. So Mona Lisa comes up as one of the most famous ones that has had a lot of trouble.
I know people try to steal it and vandalize it, and I know that's cool. Okay.
Right. Back in 1956, the lower part of it was severely damaged when a vandal doused the painting with acid.
Whoa! They repaired acid? Like what the?
And in the same year, a Bolivian named Hugo Ungazi Velasquez threw a rock at the painting, which actually took off some of the left elbow of the Mona Lisa on the painting. So they had a.
So this is not even like Leonardo's work anymore.
No, this is just
like people from the 50s like repainting.
It's almost like it's like if you're gonna destroy a painting, might as well go for the Mona Lisa, right? I mean that's that's
the
ultimate.
Yeah, that's the painting.
And then in 1974, there was a disabled woman who was upset by the museum's policy for the disabled, sprayed red paint on the painting back when it was in Tokyo. Then in 2009, a Russian woman who was denied French citizenship threw a terracotta mug that she bought at the museum
in the gift shop. Fuck you, gift shop.
And then threw it and shattered the glass.
So listen, I was kind of joking, but this is not the Mona Lisa anymore. There's just been so many like recanvassings, repaintings, whatever.
Yeah, sure,
it's like it's just not the Mona Lisa.
Right.
I mean, which I get it, right? Even if this stuff didn't happen, paint can only, you know what I mean? It's not gonna like, you know. So, I mean, it kind of makes me sad. Like, it's not even like what Leonardo da Vinci. Wait, he painted that, right?
Yes.
But it's not even like what he painted. Not that it could last, but it's like, gee, I didn't know it was that many times.
Right, and then of course it was stolen before too.
Right.
But returned.
Weird.
Crazy enough.
So weird.
Maybe it isn't the real one. Maybe
I know, right?
Switch, Yeah. Then there was the Night Watch by Rembrandt. And that was back in 1911. There was an unemployed Navy cook who tried to cut it with a knife. but he couldn't cut through the thick varnish on the painting, and so he had to stop. Another one that's, I don't know this one, Rokeby Venus.
Nope.
So it's this picture of a naked woman looking herself in the mirror on the backside, so you don't see the breastises. But it was attacked by a meat cleaver back in 1914.
Well, so what? Like, this is not just like I'm on a kind of vandal. They really are going after these paintings.
They're taking their anger out.
Yeah. So like, if maybe it's hard to put ourselves in that position, right, in their mindset, because like we never wanted to attack something or destroy something. Sure. But it's like, this feels like just because, right? You know what I mean? What would be like? So that lady was mad at the policy.
Well,
so they took, you know what I mean. So it's like, but that's still an immaturity of not being able to control feelings, right?
Yeah, is it the best way to go about it?
Right. Like, yeah. So it's. I mean, clearly it's just a bunch of immature people if that's the way they are expressing their whatever. But why do you think? What's the common thread here? It's like, I want to destroy this.
Well, they're saying it's disease of the mad.
Right.
The vandalism is what they're trying to say. But so her thing, it was a lady who attacked this one with the meat cleaver. She was upset because there was a suffragette who was arrested, like, I don't know, a couple weeks or the previous day, it says. So she took this as...
It's like a form of protest or something?
Well, yeah, because there's a beautiful woman in the painting, and so she wanted to attack it. And so she was quoted as saying, I tried to destroy the picture of the most beautiful woman in mythological history as a protest against the government for destroying this Mrs. Pankhurst, who was the most beautiful character in modern history.
So
and then later in life, much later in life, like 40 years later, she says she didn't like the way that men visitors would gape at the picture all day.
Oh, Jesus Christ! So listen,
I'm jealous of the painting.
Yeah, it's like so I kind of get that. Like, it's not something still I would do. I get it in the sense that, like, there's been some protests where, like, you are feeling some kind of oppression, not to yourself but to a group, a person, a people, whatever. Right. You feel like the only way to get through is to do something extreme. It's like those people that, like, block bridges or freeways, and they're like, I didn't do it. I'm trying to go to work, and it's like, well, that's the point. That's what a protest is, right? To get attention. Which I don't like the blocking freeway thing. But so I guess I understand that mentality of, I know this sucks. But that's the point.
But the vandalism is a step further. It's like leaving. It's like notoriety, right? It's how can you leave your mark?
Yeah, that's part of it. But I'm just saying I get that, because I don't think it's the same. I agree with you.
Right.
But the same mentality of, like, yeah, it's supposed to suck. It's supposed to do something, make you feel something. And so let's real quick about protests, right? In general, do you really think that, like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's something extreme, it's like, is that the best way to go about things, in your opinion? Has that ever shocked some change into?
Protest to me is so much different than vandalism. So
yes, I'm with you.
I would say yes. I just read something talking about Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther, the priest, splitting from the Catholic Church in his 95 Thesis that he posted, and the impact that one kind of protest did was humongous, actually. And it kind of shows that one person can kind of change the course of something.
And I'm for protests, but I guess I'm talking, I'm not vandalism, but I am talking about, like, blocking the freeway, standing together, like, not necessarily marches, because that's not, it's a protest, but it's not really too. But like the blocking the freeway thing, the strapping yourself, does that work?
I don't know. I think it pisses more people off
than anything, right?
Sure, but I think if it makes you feel like it's an inconvenience, like, well, yeah, that's the point. I want you to recognize how it is inconvenient for whatever I'm protesting for, and now you feel just a bit of it.
Yeah. And I get that.
But is it the best way to get the message across?
And because the people don't, they'll just think of their inconvenience, not.
But the problem is, you got people who don't have power trying to get power. So how can they make the choice here? Because they're powerless. So they're trying to find a way to get there. So that's the conundrum there.
And I'm okay with that, because and that's why I think overall, in general, I get that. And I'm like, yeah, do what you need to do, because it is something that maybe needs to be said. I don't know how well some of this works, but I get it.
So I'm digressing.
Sorry.
Back to art. No, I hear you. So there's another one. This is a Alexander Brenner. It was called the White Cross. It's more of a modern piece.
Right.
So it was just this white cross, but someone put this giant graffitied dollar sign on it.
It's kind of cool. Looks like modern art.
It actually does. I feel actually this one here.
I kind of like that.
I think it improved it.
Yeah. It looks like
it's better,
and it's telling a story about like the church.
Right, it's a white cross, and he spray painted
a green dollar sign. So it's like a cool story. And here's the thing: so about art is like sometimes, obviously, everyone sees some paintings or sculptures or whatever pieces of art that look like shitty. They look like a kid did it. Whatever the cliche thing is, you're like, why is this so much? And 99% of the time, the story, the artist is what makes the piece expensive and priceless, right? So something like this with the white cross sprayed, it's like maybe keep it because it does tell a story. There is a saying, with money in the church type of thing. Mm-hmm. Plus, because it got vandalized, now there's this extra story layer on top of it where it's like,
for sure.
Well, I want that piece that got vandalized, and it's what I mean. So it's actually like that's kind of cool.
But what's funny about this one is the guy who did the vandalism went to 6 months in prison, or 5 months in prison. But he actually said that it wasn't. What I did was not against the painting. I was just trying to have a dialogue with the artist.
That's his form of art.
That was he was like, I was just trying to speak to the artist by giving my own art to your art, which is a freaking bold, funny thing to say. I think
that's the best explanation yet.
So then here's Michelangelo, the Pieta, which I did see this actually. It's in St. Peter's Basilica. I saw it in person. Is what I mean. I saw it in Rome, in the Vatican.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Okay, so but someone took a hammer to it.
Boo.
Back in, I think, 1972.
Jesus.
This man took a hammer to it and was repeatedly saying that he was Jesus.
Oh my God.
He said, I am Jesus, and so he...
And he kept just trying to... Oh.
He actually wrote a letter to the Pope a little before that to say that he demanded that he be recognized as the Messiah. So I'm saying the vandalism stuff is, it's a...
I mean, everyone has their reason, man.
This might tie in a little bit, is all I'm saying, to our first subject. Is all I'm saying.
Sure,
and then my time's done. But what I wanted to see is if you were going to vandalize something,
right.
What would be your mark? Not what would you vandalize?
Yeah.
But what would be like? That's a Chris mark.
Okay. If it could be. Oh man, that's such a loaded question. Okay.
One of mine is like I'm thinking like I could pee on it.
Right. Well, yeah. I'd want to.
Well, that's an actual mark.
Well,
that's
it is.
Marking it, but
I'd want it to be something I can do to multiple types of things, right?
Sure.
So
I could pee on a lot of things.
Yeah. You know what? I would go fancy.
Okay. You would drink champagne and then pee.
Yeah. I would go blue paint and a paintbrush.
Okay.
And a little swirl.
A swirl?
Like a fancy...
Is that a Jewish swirl?
It's a Jewish swirl.
It's a swoosh.
It's a swirl.
A swirl.
Yeah, but I would make a little beauty mark.
Okay.
With a fancy brush.
You want to do, or you could go classic and just do the funny mustache.
I know. I was thinking mustache.
Curly mustache.
Yeah, like mustache or like smiley face or something.
Yeah.
Just like whatever. I just pick faces out, and whatever type of face it is, just a little whoop smiley.
Okay.
That'd be kind of fun.
All right. Yeah. So what are we walking away with after the
all right
tonight?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I didn't know so many vandalizations.
It's interesting. Vandalizations.
No, it is, and the many reasons, and it's like I feel like we don't even have like art anymore unless it's modern art because all of it's been fucked up. So,
or you got this other thing called an NFT or whatever that is.
You can't vandalize an NFT.
Oh, they'll find a way.
So
they'll find a way.
Well, basically, what it will be is like it would be an NFT you can vandalize, and it's just a continuous.
Or it'll be you'll get a virus somewhere.
So that's kind of actually really interesting, and it'd be fun to kind of actually dive into art and vandals and why and how many. That's actually kind of cool. Other one is love Kanye, but so Antonio Brown, he's moved on. Good for him. President of a company now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know how it's gonna work out or how I feel about it.
Okay. All right. I think my takeaway tonight is that Kanye. I think Kanye and Antonio Brown together are going to revolutionize vandalism.
With Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. They're going to elevate vandalism to an art form.
Which I don't doubt.
I'm done.
I don't doubt it.
I'm done. All right. So thank you for listening. Two Guys, Two Things. We have a YouTube.
Yes, YouTube. You can just Google Two Guys, Two Things. You should find us on Apple, on Spotify. Two Guys, Two Things. No. It's just Two Guys, Two Things.
Man, we made that hard, didn't we?
Official. Yeah. So just Google that or search on YouTube. We're on there. We're putting a couple funny videos. We post our podcast on there. Mm-hmm. So you can actually see us if you wanted to.
You also can find us. We're on all the hip things nowadays. We're on MySpace.
Yep.
We're on the Telegram service.
Yep.
You can send us a telegram at 2 guys 2 things. Wait, 2 grams. Stop.
We should get a PO box and just try to get people to write us letters.
2 guys. Stop. 2 things. So thank you for listening, and Christopher Walken. I think I have some finishing audio that he wants to close our show.
Play it up.
Well, 2 guys and 2 things. It wasn't very good. I don't know why Chris and Matt asked me to do it. It's crazy. I don't know. Gotta go.
Well, it rhymed.
Peace out, bitch.
No.
I'm sorry.
I love it.
I'm gonna get rid of that part.
Oh, the bitch.
I don't know. Is that not good?
That was funny. Bitch is always.